Hey, good morning, Penelope. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well,
Good to
ladies and
see you.
gentlemen. Today, top producer series. This is Mike Price, and I've got my good friend Penelope Weinhardt on with me today. Penelope, great to see you today.
It's good to see you too. Thanks
Well,
for having
today
me.
you're welcome. Yeah, it's great to have you. So, and tell me, it looks like you may be at a different location. Tell me about where you're at
I
today.
I am. I am. I'm in Sea Island, Georgia. Yeah. So
Very
my
nice.
husband is playing and on the PGA Tour this week. So I'm here. So you may hear planes going over. So I'll try and mute myself. So if I mute myself mid sentence, I'm just waiting for the plane to go over.
That's all right. Listen, life by design. Good luck to your husband in the tournament this weekend or this week. And
Thanks.
that just proves that you can sell real estate anywhere working for a virtual company, right?
Absolutely. It's awesome. I love it. Yep. Got my
That's
laptop.
great.
Yep.
Well, right
Laptop and
now,
phones. All you need.
all you and I talk about, or a lot of things we talk about. We talk about business. We talk about life. How we feel about business and life. But right now is business planning season, and I know we just got done with our team advance, and we've got that done. What are you seeing in the market right now, and what do you think is going to happen in 2023?
I'm actually really optimistic about 2023. Really optimistic. I think that there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities right now. I mean, I think in any market there's opportunities, Mike.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Especially where we are in the Atlanta market. People are always coming in and out, no matter what the real estate market per se is doing.
Right.
Um, and I also think that we have a lot of opportunity. There are going to be some agents getting out of the business, which is not necessarily, a bad thing. And it's time to kind of capture more market share. And, we just finished doing business planning, and I set some pretty big goals for myself that I really think are attainable. Just being in the room with really big thinkers and just yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity. I'm excited.
Well, you're right about that. You and I've been we're veterans, and we've been doing this for a while, and there are a lot of people going to exit the business, and unfortunately, and I hate that because this
Yeah.
is a skill based market that we're going into, and
Hmm.
you and I have been there before, and I can name 100 people that may not be watching this right now or will watch it, friends of ours that are skill based that saw the market that came out of the shift in 2011 and 12 and have used the skill and honed our skills in order to do more business. And unfortunately, there's a lot of agents that kind of got in, thought it was easy,
Yeah.
and they just got some business, but they
Hmm.
had no real systems, processes, and or business plan. And here we go, they're leaving the market. So,
Yeah.
what do you do to stay relevant with your being skill based? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question because I think that, I can speak for myself, but my observation too, I think a lot of us got a little bit lazy the last couple of years because it was pretty easy, right? I mean, it was, business was just flowing and on fire, and we were hair on fire, and, maybe didn't have dedicate the time or make the time to working on our skills, and things just were so fast paced. So, what I'm doing to answer your question is just really plugging in, like I said, to being around people that are doing the business at a high level, plugging into people that are where I want to go, right?
Right.
Not where I am, not where I have been, like where I want to go. We've got a great Monday call that we are on, and there's so many opportunities out there for growth and knowledge from big thinkers that have already in they've already developed the systems and the processes. And me as a solo agent, for the most part, I mean, I have a virtual assistant and some admin, but I don't have to go and recreate the wheel. I can
Right.
copy and paste what someone else is already doing really, really well. And yeah, I can do that. So, Yeah, just doing that, and just really, a lot of times across my email, you'll get this video from a mortgage company and like, delete, delete, delete. I'm not deleting those anymore. I'm watching a lot of them, and I'm learning a lot of stuff, that I can then impart to my database. And I think it's our duty to do that. Your database isn't just there to feed you business. We
Right.
need to be feeding them. We need to be their news source right now, because what they're hearing on the news is not facts, right? We need
Yeah.
to be their news source, and we owe it to them. So that
Well,
was a really long-winded answer, wasn't it?
well, it's a great answer. I mean, you nailed it. Like we get as realtors, we get hundreds of emails daily anyway, but our inbox is flooded with lenders. And right now, the really strong lenders out there are talking about the 2-1 buy downs and the 3-1 buy downs, and educating us on how to present that, not only to
Mm-hmm.
our sellers but also to the buyers. And the
Yeah.
key to getting that done, thanks to Chad and Stuart over at Cornerstone last week, the key to getting that done is having the relationship with the other agent on the other side of the deal, and saying, here's an option that we can use that may be able to get this thing together. And
Yeah.
it's not necessarily about gutting the sales price. It's
Mm-hmm.
more about making it more attractive for the buyer, because the rates are really high right now, and you can buy it down 2 points. Who wouldn't want to do that? But being in and we uncovered that in a mastermind that you and I were part of, about a week and a half ago. So
Yeah. Yeah.
being in the room with the right people has been and always will be key. And
I think it has to. Yeah.
you and I have the luxury, or say the blessing, and I'm sure a lot of other people have this too, but we have a weekly mastermind with, I don't know, in my mind, some of the top minds in the country that
Mm-hmm.
are doing hundreds and hundreds of trans. Excuse me, there's my there's my landscaper out there. They usually do this right around video time,
See,
and
perfect.
yeah, and so being around, not having to recreate the wheel, and having people that we can you know reach out to. I mean, how does that make you feel that you can go in and you have a number of people, 100 people that you can call at any point in time and get anything you need? I mean, how does that make you feel as a business owner?
Well, yeah, that's a good question, because I was just about to say that. I've always said that this can be a lonely business, especially as a solo agent. And having the community that you and I are blessed to have around us. I mean, there's so many people that I can just pick up the phone, text, call, um, grab a lunch, bounce ideas off. It's just really comforting, and the sense of community, and knowing that I'm getting solid advice, solid support, is kind of priceless, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, nobody will remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
like talking about your database, our database is not just a ATM that sends us business. It's a bunch of folks, that people that we have built a relationship with, and we owe it to them to share our knowledge with them. And we have I'm sure you have the same thing. We have a very high touch system. We touch them at least 5 times a month in different
Mm-hmm.
kinds of ways. We send them their property values. We send a newsletter. We call them on their birthdays. We have all kinds of different ways we touch them. But one of the main things we do is we educate them, and we send out videos, and we set up coffees and lunches with our database, and then tell them about how the market is right now. And even to take that a step further, realtors are also our database, because it's very important to have a good relationship with
Mm-hmm.
the realtors in the area, because when you're doing a deal with somebody, however strong they are on the other side and however strong you are, that's what's going to get the deal done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're
Yep.
seeing a lot of
Yep.
folks that have not been very skill based, just dropping out and getting jobs. And it's going to be a better opportunity for us, like you said, to take market share. But share with us your experience, with working with some of the better skill based agents in this market.
I'm going to say 99% of the co-op agents I work with are fantastic,
Yeah.
And I always look at it like there's 4 sides, right? There's the buyer, there's the seller, there's the listing agent, there's the buyer's agent.
That's right.
We all have the same goal. Whoops, my earphone just fell out. We all have the same goal, right? Is The buyer wants to buy the house, the seller wants to sell the house, and the agents want to get it to the closing table. So, I love, like you said, it's not just our database relationships, potential buyers and sellers. It's realtors, and forming those relationships can be priceless. I'm 23 years in this business, and
Yeah.
every transaction I learn something new still,
Yeah.
and a lot of times I'm learning it from the co-op agent,
Yeah.
and they are from me too, and we're feeding each other, lifting each other up.
I mean, working with somebody strong on the other side is so important. It's such a blessing when that happens. And like you, 99% of the time, it's somebody at this point, somebody I probably know. And
Right.
one of the main things, like if you and I were doing a deal right now, I know the first conversation, Mike, how do we make this a win for both of our clients so we can
Yeah.
get them both to the table and
Yeah.
get satisfied what they need done. And it's just great to be able to do that. So agents out there, if you're out there, if you're thinking about getting out of the business, don't. There's a lot of opportunity if you
Yeah.
just plug in and
Yep.
go to your productivity coach at your market center, your team leader, your whoever the top producers in your office are, and plug in and ask them for their systems, their processes, and create your own mastermind group if you don't have one already. And you and I and Stacy and Jorge and Steve Malone and Laura Lerman and all the people in our group have benefited tremendously from the mastermind. And the way that makes me feel is I'm not fearful anymore. I was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fearful because I know not only what I need to do in order to help my clients, but I know now that the support group we have that are doing 10x what I'm doing,
Yeah.
you already know whatever problem I run into, they've already run into it and
Yeah.
solve and have the answer. And
Yeah.
that feeling makes me, just really, it keeps me excited. And I know that I'm going to be able to take care of everybody at a high level. And if you've got a big business plan or a big goal like you and I have, you've got to be around people that are doing it bigger, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. 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 I had a thought about when you said how that made me feel. Oh, that's what so often I have to say, going into January, I've been like, oh, I got to do this again, like
Yeah.
another year. Like, how am I going to do this? And the doubts come in and the fears and everything. I don't have that this year.
Right.
And I really think it's because I have plugged in to people that are helping to lift me up. And I see that it's possible because the numbers that people are doing is, far exceeds what even my crazy goal is,
Yeah.
So I'm like, if they can do that, I can do this, So it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, going into Thanksgiving, feeling confident about January rolling around without the dread.
Yeah. I was having lunch with a good friend of one of our buddies, Reed, Casey, about a year ago, and we were having breakfast in December, and he said the same thing, and we had this crushing reality, like, wow, we got to do this all over again this year. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this year is different, and I feel the same way you do. We've been prepping for this, like this whole market swing and the new year. We've been talking about this with our group since April of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that we've just been working on the whole time. So it's just another month. And if you know how to run the play and you know how to execute, you're not going to have a problem making sure that you're good to go. And right now, for everybody out there, if you're a new agent out there, or you're an agent thinking about getting out of the business, don't reach out to Penelope or myself and let us tell you 3 or 4
100%.
things you can do right away to help get some business in January. But number one, you want to touch that database. You want to call your friends and family and all the realtors that you've worked with. Realtors, hear this. If you have closed more than 2 deals this year, you have somebody to call. Call the people that you've done a deal with and thank them for helping you get your client to the closing table. They'll appreciate it. And when you're coming from gratitude and abundance, there's no way you can be scared about what's coming. Because you just have to plug in and do hard work. Exactly.
So true. So true. Yeah.
And we look at realtors as competition. You and I used to. And now I don't. I want the
No.
other person to. I want them to. I want them to win.
Yep.
I want them to
100%.
do well, and I want them to have a great experience and a great business.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Penelope, listen, I know that you're busy. Sounds like you are loving life down there. Good luck to your husband in the golf tournament. I hope he does really well. And
Thanks.
I'm really feel blessed and honored, and it makes me feel very good to be in business with you and to be able to collaborate with you on an even higher level than we did in the past. And the future is very bright for both of us and everybody that's in our world right now. The future is bright. So thank you so much. And
Thank you, Mike. Likewise.
yeah, we look forward to keep building. And ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, do not hesitate to reach out to either one of us if you have any questions, or if you have you got a business plan. If not, do you want one? We'll give it to you. Do you want 5 or 6 things that you can do right now to touch your database and stay in touch with them? Holidays are the best time to do it. But Penelope, listen, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for checking in with us today. And
Yeah.
I'll see
You
you.
too, Mike. Thanks. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.